You were trained to work 8 hours a day, not to build wealth. You were told that if you work hard, stay loyal, put your 8 hours in, everything's going to work out. But have you noticed that the people that work the hardest struggle the most? It's not laziness, it's programming. If effort alone created wealth automatically, construction workers would be billionaires. Things are not adding up. And when things don't add up, it's time to question the system. My name's Mark, aka Create Lifestyle. I help people break out of the matrix so that they can experience freedom, abundance, peace of mind, residual income, and leave a powerful legacy. I especially help people that are over 50 years old. However, if you're under 50, you can definitely glean some insight from my conversations here. What I'd like you to do is like this, subscribe, follow, and share this, because ultimately what I'm going to be talking about is how to break out of this thing that I call the matrix and how to create some passive residual income. But right now, right this moment, I'm talking about the 8-hour workday that we've all been duped into participating in. Now, this 8-hour workday, it was designed for industrial efficiency, not for personal wealth building. Workers, we basically sell our time while wealthy people buy time. Why is it that you're at work all day, but certain people are on the golf course all day? How do you explain that? When you sell your time, your income is capped. When you own assets, you get leveraged income. So part of this game is figuring out how are you going to create some leveraged income. Poor people, middle class people basically trade time for money. Now, I hate labeling people as poor, but the government, they say that if you make under $13,000 a year, that you are poor. And we can all agree that if you have less money than that, life is very difficult for you. So when I think of poor, I think of mentality. It's not really the money in your pocket, but it's what's going on here. But as this changes, your economic situation will change as well. So wealthy people, they use money to control time and to control systems. Working people optimize for hours worked. Owners optimize for results and profit per hour. So this matrix thing, I describe it as this system that's put in place to keep people controlled. Never to get ahead, just keep you controlled, keep you in survival mode. They condition us psychologically. They say your hard work equals virtue. So if you get up every morning, you show up at work at 6 a.m., and you work all the way till 9 o'clock at night, now that's way beyond your 8-hour work week. But if you're doing that, you're feeling good. You know, it's hard work. You're dedicated. You have security. But what happens here? It prevents wealth creation because you don't have any time to think, to plan, to put in place. The 8-hour day, it leaves limited time to build businesses, to learn how to invest, to develop leverage skills. You basically stay in survival mode. Owners, they operate differently. They operate in a strategic mode. So the wealth principle is built through ownership, creating systems, buying and creating assets, creating leverage. These are things that operate while you're not there or while you don't have 100% of your energy on it. Now, this is leverage. Now this shift, it requires us to move from selling time to owning leverage assets. So that's what we're doing. Now, a wage mindset, move from that to moving into an ownership mindset. So hard work alone is not going to create wealth. Ownership and leverage do. Now, if you can combine hard work and leverage, you're on to something. And that's what I'm talking about here right now. Creating this residual income, creating an asset that pays you over time, indefinitely. You put the work in once and it pays you over and over and over again. So that's what the goal of this is. So again, subscribe, share, comment, put residual in the comments, and I'll share with you what we're doing over here to create some residual income. So understand that this 8-hour workday, it was designed for the industrial age. It was created to make owners wealthy. It was created to make production predictable. The real trap is that the workers sell their time, the owners buy their time. The workers get paid once and the owners get paid repeatedly. So when you trade your hours for money, your income is capped. But when you build a system, when you own the asset, when you leverage the technology, your money is not tied directly to your physical presence. Another shift here is when you trade your time for your money, a lot of times you don't pay attention to your health. You don't have time to go to doctors, and it gets pushed down, the can gets kicked down the road, or resources to buy good food and to work out and to work on your mental health. You're stuck in the matrix, you're trapped. So when you get to around retirement age, a lot of people, they die. They worked their whole lives, and now it's time for them to enjoy their golden years or their retirement years, because that's what the system has taught us to do. But what happens is a lot of people get sick. I've known a lot of people that this has happened to. So I'm not saying to go out here and quit your job tomorrow. I'm saying just to start shifting how you're thinking. Start building something that works for you. Start checking out some digital assets, some affiliate income. And that, again, that's what I'm referring to, affiliate income. If I'm making any sense to you, put residual in the comments and I'll get some information to you. Talking about ownership, talking about creating systems. It's not created by just grinding harder inside the system. It's built by changing your relationships with time. So if I'm making sense, just stay with me. I'm going to be breaking this down as we go on and on. Again, my name is Mark, aka Create Lifestyle, and peace, one love, and control your destiny.